Hello everyone, welcome back, and today we're going to be adding some new UI elements. For example, this control switching system, which will eventually have a save function, and I'm currently trying to work out how to fix it, and I'll give you an update, potentially next week's video, when it is done. So here you can see the options menu, which has started to be added. It uses a tab bar and a tab container. So here you can see that I can change from window mode to full screen, and yeah, sometimes it doesn't work, but this is only a bug in Godot 4.0. Eventually in this video I did upgrade to 4.1.3 where this bug is completely fixed. So if you are creating a game and this bug does occur, if you're on 4.0, then do upgrade to 4.1.1 or 4.1.3 and it will work perfectly. I think what was happening before is there was a bug with the display server that just meant it didn't work. Here you can also see that I made some enemy AI changes, and it now uses a navigation agent 2D, and you can see if I turn the debug on and I run the game again, you can see that it will pathfind to the player, and if you go out of its aggro distance, then it will pathfind back to its home position. This system was really easy to implement and was very simple. All I had to do was add a navigation layer to the tile map and add the navigation agent to the enemy, and then with some simple code it just works. And I've changed the enemy's health, and I've also changed the way that you attack. So before it would just deal damage to the enemy through the enemy. However, now it uses a script which will change the enemy's health when it collides with it, and it just works really well. As well as that, I've also changed the health system so that now it uses some components instead of a bunch of code. I've also negated the need for the player stats script, and it is fully removed from the game now. So again, this is the code that will change the window size. You can see here that this is a signal bus, and this essentially is where we store all of the signals and what those signals will actually do. For example, this is on window index mode selected, it will emit that signal from the signal bus. It's quite a simple system, but this is part of how we are going to save and load all of your settings. The way that we're saving and loading them is different to the way that we create your save files, because here we are saving it as one single thing so that it's the same across all of your save files. What's good is because when you do save your settings, which happens every time you close one of the options panels, you will have it synced across all of your saves, and it means that you don't have to rebind your controls every single time you play. The signals are quite basic. All that happens is we connect them to a settings container, which essentially just stores all of the settings and saving and loading them, and this is just an intermediate script which will allow that to happen really easily without having to set up a bunch of signals in the settings container. Here you can see we've jumped ahead because this took quite a long time. You can see that I now have the system implemented, and you can see my encrypted save file here. Essentially what it does is it uses a password and encrypts your save file for your settings. It's not entirely necessary, but it's just a nice feature to have. Here you can see I'm just changing it so that we can actually see the save file, and here I'm just creating the save file and changing some stuff, and then we can go into the settings save and you can see all of the variables that have been changed in there, and it works really nicely. By the way, this is the person who's created all the tutorials. They're called CoffeeCrow. Go and subscribe to them. Their tutorials are really good. You can also see the comment that I've made, and he's currently helping me to change the code so that it works. So that's it for today. And I just wanted to say again, thank you so much for watching. If you've watched this far into the video, you're clearly curious or you like the video. So if that's the case, subscribe because it would really help me grow and reach more people. By the way, the bullets do look different now because I'm using an add-on for Godot called Bullet Up Hell, and it's just really good. But thank you and goodbye.